Have you ever wondered how a company that now dominates smartphones, TVs, and even semiconductors started as a tiny business selling noodles and sugar? That company is Samsung. Today, Samsung is everywhere, from the phone in your hand to the TV in your living room. But its story begins humbly, in a small village in South Korea, nearly a century ago. Samsung isn't just any company. It works in more than 80 different industries: construction, insurance, hotels, schools, hospitals, you name it. One company alone contributes roughly 20% of South Korea's GDP. Imagine that for a second. So how did Samsung grow from selling noodles to becoming a $325 billion global powerhouse? Let's rewind to 1938, when a young man named Lee Byung-chul, just 28 years old, started a small trading company. He named it Samsung, which means 3 stars in Korean, a name meant to symbolize something big, strong, and everlasting. And soon, Samsung became one of the top 10 companies in Korea. Initially, the company sold fruits, rice, fish, and noodles, pretty basic stuff. But everything changed when the Korean War broke out in 1950. War is never good for anyone, especially a young economy. South Korea's infrastructure collapsed, exports halted, and even basic food items had to be imported. Lee realized that relying on the current business was risky. South Korea had plenty of sugarcane at the time, and Lee started a sugar mill. Later, he expanded into textiles. Imagine that. The Samsung you know today for cutting-edge electronics and global technology giants originally made sugar and noodles. Yet, these small steps brought profits and helped Samsung grow stronger. Within a decade, it had become South Korea's richest company. The second turning point came with electronics. In 1968, Samsung made its first big leap into this industry. Within just 18 months, they launched a 12-inch black and white TV. It wasn't long before Samsung became the world's largest TV manufacturer. The company didn't stop there. By 1979, they were making microwaves. In 1980, air conditioners. By 1981, color TVs. And in 1983, personal computers. By the early 1990s, Samsung had become the world's top chip manufacturer, the same chips later used in devices like the iPhone 7. They started producing semiconductors in-house, which gave them control over one of the most critical parts of modern electronics. By 2005, Samsung was the world's largest LCD panel manufacturer. But Samsung's most dramatic rise came with mobile phones. They launched their first phone, the SC1, in 1986, but it failed. Then came the H770 in 1994, which became a hit. Between 1996 and 1998, Samsung controlled 57% of the phone market. By 2009, Samsung had cemented its position as a global leader in smartphone manufacturing and sales. Samsung's journey teaches us a crucial lesson about diversification. Lee Byung-chul didn't just stick to one business. He saved money, invested wisely, and expanded into new industries. That approach made Samsung resilient, even in times of crisis. There's another factor that helped Samsung succeed: government support. Back in the 1950s, South Korea's leaders realized the country's economy couldn't grow without strong business backing. They selected certain business groups, offering them loans, licenses, tax benefits, and low-interest support to encourage industrial growth. This strategy worked wonders. Production increased, exports boomed, employment grew, and living standards improved. South Korea's rapid economic growth became known as the miracle on the Han River. But there was a trade-off. The country became dependent on a few major companies, and Samsung remained one of the giants, contributing 20% of the GDP. Of course, no company's story is without controversy. Lee Byung-chul passed away in 1987, and his son took over leadership in 1996. Over the years, Samsung faced allegations ranging from bribery to tax evasion and fraud. Some cases led to fines and even imprisonment for executives, though in many instances, they were eventually pardoned. Despite the controversies, Samsung continued to thrive, showing that strong foundations, vision, and diversification can withstand challenges. Let's take a closer look at some of Samsung's most impressive achievements. Today, it is the world's largest manufacturer of TVs, semiconductors, smartphones, and LCD panels. The company employs hundreds of thousands globally and is worth roughly $325 billion. Its market cap is comparable to some of the largest conglomerates in India, like Tata Group or Reliance Industries. For a country with a relatively small population like South Korea, building such a company is extraordinary. Samsung's journey wasn't just about technology. It was about vision, timing, and diversification. The company started in trading, moved into sugar and textiles, then into electronics, semiconductors, and finally mobile technology. At each stage, the company adapted, learned, and expanded. It's a lesson for anyone looking to succeed in business or investment. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify, save wisely, and take calculated risks. In fact, if you're curious about learning these principles in detail, how to earn, save, and invest effectively, there's a course called Secrets of Money. It explains exactly what's right and wrong in financial decision-making, whether you're earning a little or a lot. Samsung's story is a perfect case study. Smart investments, calculated risks, and long-term vision create incredible success. Another remarkable aspect of Samsung is its culture of innovation. Even after dominating the electronics market, Samsung kept investing in research and development. Their semiconductors, screens, and phones set industry standards. By focusing on high-quality production and continuous innovation, Samsung ensured that it remained ahead of competitors globally. Let's not forget the human side of this story. Lee Byung-chul started with nothing more than determination, vision, and a willingness to work hard. He built a legacy that continues to impact millions of lives around the world. So, what can we take away from Samsung's story? First, talent and hard work are crucial. Second, diversification, branching into new industries, can safeguard against risks. Third, timing and support, whether from the government or investors, can accelerate growth. Finally, persistence in the face of failures, like Samsung's early mobile phone setbacks, can lead to unprecedented success. The Samsung story is more than a corporate history. It's a roadmap for building a resilient, successful business. From selling sugar and noodles to dominating global electronics, Samsung's journey shows that vision, strategy, and execution can turn even a small family business into a multi-industry giant. So next time you see a Samsung phone or TV, remember this. Behind every product is a story of a young man who dreamed big, diversified smartly, and built an empire that changed not just South Korea, but the world.